Nira provides a wide range of annotation tools and options. In this video, I'll walk you through the different ways to create annotations and how to customize their display for your viewers. So first off, there are two tools here right on the toolbar, and there's also an annotation tool within the photo viewer itself. So just to start, maybe we'll begin by showing you the tools here. The first one is really quite straightforward. It is usually referred to as the callout tool. You click on the tool on the toolbar, and then if you double click or single click in the 3D view on any part of your 3D model, you're able to add this callout. By default, it's going to give you this camera bookmark option, and you can just give it any name you want. So if I wanted to give it sweet green, that works. And you'll notice that it's displaying the title also within the 3D view. I can change that. So if I wanted to just give it a basic circle, I can do that. Or I can give it a callout ID. That's just kind of like an internal code that you can use so that when you share this and say, hey, refer to AB, you can certainly do that. And that is will be displayed when someone gets access to the 3D model just the way you shared it. One thing you should know is that when you change the callout view style, you'll need to save your session of Nira so that it stays persistent when you share this with someone else. So in order to do that, you'll have to go to edit mode and click save. But because I started off with the callout ID already on title, it's not requesting me to save it. So if I was to change it yet to something like circle, you'll see now it's prompting me to save it with this new change that I just made. So I'm going to revert. So I'll just go over here and just click revert to get back to what I had. And I can also start to make certain changes to the callout itself. And here I'll just change this to maybe a blue. And now we have a 2D callout. You can create measurements and or these generic shape or arbitrary shape callouts by using the polyline tool. So this is a general tool to highlight certain areas of your model and or make general measurements. You can see I have this Ferris wheel that's been measured and a little bit of the courtyard here. And again, you can play with this and see what various options you have there. And then finally, you have the option to create a photo callout. So let's just find something that's very obvious to see, and we can just click on the sign here. And once we select a portion of the sign, we can just draw a little region, and you'll notice that it'll give you a prompt to give it a title, and I can just say whatever, Irvine Spectrum Center sign. And when I navigate back to the 3D model, you'll see that's also displayed on the 3D model itself. So when you share a model, your viewers may want to toggle some of the different annotations on or off, and they can do that by just clicking any of these two buttons. So you can see the measurements, that's referring to the general shapes that you've created here, or the arbitrary shapes that you made there, and or the callout tags here. So you can see that they can be toggled on and off as well. And if you wanted to make this maybe where you can have both of them toggled on or off, you can certainly do that as well. So if you clicked to have these both off, you can click here and go save. And instead of saving it where they're going to be off for your viewers by default, you can save this as a variant and say annotations, or we can say off or something like that, and just click save. And now when someone gets access to this asset, they'll have the base settings and they'll have the annotation off. If you wanted to have a different name for the base settings, maybe you wanted to call that maybe annotations on, you can certainly do that too. And that way they have an easy way to toggle both the callouts and the polylines on or off. And so that's it. That's pretty much the easiest way to share an asset where you give your viewers full flexibility in terms of what they can see and not see. Finally, I'll mention you can toggle individual callouts on or off. So for example, if I went back to this sweet green, certainly of course you can delete it. But if you go back to edit mode, go to the Explorer panel, and of course this model consists of a lot of different objects in 3D. But if you press the F key, it'll navigate directly to the callout that you have selected. And it's got a kind of like an obscure code name here, but you can just toggle the visibility of this on or off, and that way you can keep the rest of them on while keeping this one off. And if you for some reason wanted to create a new variant, you can certainly do that. Say, you know, all but sweet green, and then that way you have another variant. So I won't bother saving that, but that's the general flexibility. So you can toggle them on, all on or off, or just one individual or select set of annotations on or off as well. And if you wanted to navigate to an individual callout, you just select it and then just press the F key, and while your cursor is hovering into this objects table here, and it'll automatically jump right to that in the long list. You can see here we have over 11,000 objects in this list, and certainly trying to find anything specific, especially since it doesn't have the name associated here, would be quite cumbersome. So being able to just select it in a 3D view, navigating to the Explorer panel here, and then pressing F and then toggling it on or off here would help. And again, you can create as many different variants as you want. So if you wanted a half of your model with certain annotations enabled and another half with a different set, you can certainly do that and just create a bunch of different variations on this asset so that when someone gets the URL to it, they'll be able to see all the different options you set up for them. I hope this all makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions or contact us through support and we'll be able to help you.